नमस्ते बिटिया, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। माई सेल्फ जेवीएन डॉक्टर रितु शर्मा, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ गायनी ऑप्स, फैकल्टी ऑफ होम्योपैथिक साइंस, ज्योति विद्यापीठ वुमेन्स यूनिवर्सिटी, जयपुर। Today's session is normal purpurium. Definition: Purpurium is the period following childbirth during which the body tissue, especially the pelvic organ, revert back approximately to the pre-pregnant state, both anatomically and physiologically. The retrogressive changes are mostly confined to the reproductive organs, with the exception of the mammary gland, which in fact show features of activity. Involution is the process whereby the genital organs revert back approximately to the state as they were before pregnancy. मीन्स जो परप्यूरियम है वो पीरियड है चाइल्ड बर्थ से लेके चाइल्ड बर्थ होने के बाद जब पेल्विक ऑर्गन्स का नॉर्मल अपनी वापस से नॉर्मल पोजीशन नॉर्मल शेप और साइज में आना, जितना इसमें ड्यूरेशन लगता है परप्यूरियल पीरियड कहलाता है। और मेमोरी ग्लैंड के अलावा जो पेल्विक ऑर्गन है, जो फीमेल जेनिटल ऑर्गन है, वो वापस अपनी नॉर्मल साइज और शेप में आते हैं। The woman is termed as purpural. The duration. Purpurium begins as soon as the placenta is expelled and lasts for approximately 6 weeks when the uterus become regressed almost the non-pregnant size. जो ड्यूरेशन जो होता है वो स्टार्ट होता है प्लेसेंटा निकलती है, जब थर्ड स्टेज में प्लेसेंटा जब बाहर आती है, एक्सपेल होती है, उसके बाद से लेके 6 वीक तक का जो ड्यूरेशन चलता है, इसमें जो यूट्रस होता है वो अपने नॉर्मल साइड में आता है, जैसे कि पहले नॉन प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन का था उस साइड में। द पीरियड इज arbitrarily divided into 3 phases. First is immediate within 24 hours, early up to 7 days, and remote up to 6 weeks. Similar changes occur following abortion, but takes a shorter period for the involution to complete. Fourth trimester is the time for delivery until complete physiological involution as psychological adjustment. Involution of the uterus, anatomically consideration. Uterus immediately following delivery, the uterus becomes firm and retract with alternate hardening and softening. The uterus measures about 2 into 12 into 7.5 centimeter per centimeter cubic. This is length, breadth, and thickness. And weight is 1000 gram. At the end of 6 weeks, its measurement is almost similar to that of the non-pregnant state and weight weighs about 60 grams. The decrease in size of the uterus and cervix has been shown with serial MRI. The placental side contracts rapidly, presenting a raised surface which measure about 7.5 centimeter and remain elevated even at 6 weeks when it measures about 1.5 centimeter. Lower uterine segment. Immediately following delivery, the lower uterine segment becomes a thin, flabby and collapsed structure. It takes a few weeks to revert back to the normal shape and size of the isthmus. that is part between the body of the uterus and internal os of the cervix. The cervix contracts slowly. The external os admits two fingers for a few days, but by the end of first week, narrow down to admit the tip of the finger only. The counter of the cervix takes a longer time to regain 6 weeks, and the external os never revert back to nulliparous state. Physiological consideration. Physiological process of involution is most marked in the body of the uterus. Changes occur in following components, that is muscles, blood vessels, and endometrium. Muscles. There is marked hypertrophy and hyperplasia of muscles fiber during pregnancy, and the individual muscles fiber enlarge to the extent of 10 times in length and 5 times in breadth. During puerperium, the number of muscles fiber is not decreased, but there is substantial reduction of myometrium cell size. Withdrawal of the steroid hormones, estrogen and progesterone may lead to increase in the activity of uterine collagenase and release of proteolytic enzyme. Autolysis of the protoplasm occur by the proteolytic enzyme with liberation of peptones which enter the bloodstream. These are excreted through the kidneys as urea and creatinine. This explains the increased excretion of the production in the peripheral urine. The connective tissue also undergo the same type of degeneration. The consideration which favor involution: A, efficacy of the enzymatic action, and B is relative anoxia induced by effective contraction and retraction of the uterus. Second is blood vessels. The change of the blood vessels are pronounced at the placental site. The arteries are constricted by contraction of its wall and thickening of the intima followed by thrombosis. During the first week, arteries undergo thrombosis, hyalinization, and fibrinoid endarteritis. Veins are obliterated by thrombosis, hyalinization, and endophlebitis. New blood vessels grow inside the thrombi. Third is endometrium. Following delivery, the major part of the decidua is caused on with the expulsion of the placenta and the membrane. More at the placental site, the endometrium left behind rise in thickness from 2 mm to 5 mm. The superficial part containing the degenerated decidua, blood cells, and bite of fetal membrane become necrotic and is caused of the loci. Regeneration starts by 7 days. It occurs from the epithelium of the uterine gland, mouth, and interglandular stromal cell. Regeneration of the epithelium is completed by 10th day, and the entire endometrium is restored by the 16th week, except at the placental site where it takes about 6 weeks. तो एंडोमेट्रियम जो होती है वो 16 डेज के अंदर अपना जो पूरा डिस्ट्रक्शन जो पार्ट है, जो भी उसका डिस्ट्रक्ट हुआ है डेसिडुआ वगैरह, वो वापस रिस्टोर हो जाता है 16 डेज में, एक्सेप्ट प्लेसेंटल साइड को वापस रिस्टोर होने के लिए 6 वीक लगते हैं. क्लिनिकल असेसमेंट ऑफ involution. The rate of involution of the uterus can be assessed clinically by nothing the height of the fundus of the uterus in relation to the symphysis pubis. The measurement should be taken carefully at a fixed time every day, probably by the same observer. Bladder must be empty beforehand and preferably to the bowel too, as the full bladder and the loaded bowel may rise the level of fundus of the uterus. The uterus is to be centralized and with a measuring tape. The fundal height is measured above the symphysis pubis. The involution may be affected adversely and is called subinvolution. Sometimes the involution may be continued in women who are lactating so that the uterus may be smaller in size, super involution. The uterus, however, return to normal size if the lactation is withheld. Involution of the other pelvic structures like vagina. The distensible vagina, noticed soon after the birth, takes a long time, 6 to 10 weeks. Vagina को normal अपना जो size और shape है उसमें आने के लिए उसको 6 to 10 weeks लगते हैं to involute. It regains its tone but never to the virginal state. The mucosa remains delicate for the first few weeks and submucosa venous congestion persists even longer. It is the reason to withhold surgery or peripheral vagina. The view partially reappear at third week but never to the same degree as in pre-pregnant state. Introitus remains permanently larger than the virginal state. Hymen is lacerated and is represented by nodular stakes. The carunculus myritti forms. Broad ligament and round ligament require considerable time to recover from the straightening and relaxation. General physiological changes like pulse. For a few hours after normal delivery, the pulse rate is likely to be raised, which settle down to normal during the second day. However, the pulse rate often rises after pain or excitement. Temperature. The temperature should not be about 37.2 degrees centigrade, that is 99 degrees Fahrenheit, within the first 24 hours. There may be slight reactionary rise following delivery by 0.5 degree Fahrenheit but comes down to normal within 12 hours. On the third day, there may be slight rise of temperature due to breast engorgement, which should not last for more than 24 hours. However, genitourinary tract infection should be excluded if there is rise of temperature. Urinary tract. The bladder mucosa becomes edematous and hyperemic and often show evidence of submucous extravasation of blood. The bladder capacity is increased. The bladder may be over-distended without any desire to pass urine. The common urinary problem are over-distension, incomplete emptying, and presence of residual urine. Urinary stasis is seen in more than 50% of women. The risk of urinary tract infection is therefore high. Dilated ureters and renal pelvis return to normal size within 8 weeks. There is pronounced diuresis on the second and third day of the purpurium. Only clean catch simple of urine should be collected and sent for examination, and combined with lochia should be avoided. Gastrointestinal tract. Increased thirst in every purpurium is due to loss of fluid during labor in lochia, diuresis, and perspiration. Constipation is a common problem for the following reason: delayed gastrointestinal motility, mild ileus following delivery, together the purpureal following the together following delivery together with perineal discomfort. Some women may have the problem of anal incontinence. Weight loss. In addition to the weight loss, 5 to 6 kg as a consequence of the expulsion of fetus, placenta, liquor, and blood loss. If further loss of about 2 kg, 4.4 lb occur during purpurium, chiefly caused by diuresis. With this weight loss may continue up to 6 months of delivery. Urinary tract and renal function. In relation to changes in pregnancy, persistence of urinary stasis is in the ureters and bladder is observed even up to 12 weeks postpartum. Glomerular filtration returns to normal by 8 weeks postpartum. Fluid loss. There is a net fluid loss of at least 2 liters during the first week and an additional 1.5 liters during next 5 weeks. The amount of loss depends on the amount retained during pregnancy, dehydration during labor, and blood loss during delivery. The loss of salt and water are larger in women with preeclampsia and eclampsia. Blood values. Immediately following delivery, there is slight blood volume due to blood loss and dehydration. Blood volume returned to non-pregnant level by the second week. Cardiac output rise soon after delivery to about 80% above the pre-labor value, but slowly return to normal within 1 week. RBC volume and hematocrit value return to normal by 8 weeks. Postpartum after the hydramia disappear. Leukocytosis to the extent of 25,000 per mm cubic. Following occurred delivery probably in response to stress of labor. Platelet count decrease soon after the separation of the placenta, but secondary elevation occur with increase in platelet adhesiveness between 4 and 10 days. Ovarian function, menstruation and ovulation. The onset of first menstrual period following delivery is very variable and depends on lactation. If woman does not breastfeed her baby, menstruation return by 12th week following delivery in 80% of cases, and the main time for onset first menstruation is 7 to 9 weeks. In non-lactating mother, ovulation may occur as early as 4th weeks and lactating mother about 10th weeks after delivery. Thyroid function. Thyroid volume regress gradually to pre-pregnant state by 12 weeks time. Thyroid function return to normal by 4th weeks postpartum. Or women on thyroid medications should get their thyroid function checked to readjust the drugs. This session is powered by digital version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.